is what's at episode 571. Jeez, I almost forgot the name of the damn show.
How many podcasts are you doing, Brian?
God, all of them. I don't even know
You
anymore.
have to check your sexy messages.
I've done like 900 podcasts, man. What do you want from me?
Yeah, I know. I hear you. It's all good.
Right. Oh.
Shake up my Arizona.
Yeah, I'm over here murdering my thirst. So.
I almost bought a case of that stuff because, we were at Whole Foods the other day returning a Amazon thing because it's just the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, they had them. I was like, oh, I just did not. I don't know why. I'm stupid.
Yeah. I almost picked up a couple more yesterday, and I just changed my mind. We got all sorts of drink here right now. I've got various, spicy waters and smart water. Yeah. It's like I just need to handle what I got here first. So
yeah, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh, because of Liquid Death, Brian.
Yeah.
I got to see Bert Kreischer's package in spandex.
Awesome.
Because Liquid Death and him are collaborating, and I get emails from Liquid Death because I sold my soul to get merch.
Yeah.
Like
right.
you do.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Like you do. And so I got this email today, and it was like, do you like Liquid Death? Do you like Bert Kreischer? I'm like, oh, I do like Bert Kreischer, although, if I'm being real, I do like Bert. But since he's gotten very successful, it's kind of hard to listen to him now because he just doesn't. He's not the same Bert.
Okay. Yeah.
When he talks about how he has an assistant, he goes like, an assistant brings him a drink. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Anywho, that's beside the point.
Right.
But so they put out a workout video called Body by Bert. And I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. He's wearing like a Body by Bert t-shirt, and then I scroll, and it's just like a close-up of his junk in a Body by Bert Liquid Death Speedo. And it's like, God damn it.
That's real unnecessary.
Yeah.
Also not surprising.
Not surprising at all. Well, whatever.
Because it is. I for sure knew the shirt was coming off, or at some point, because he works sans shirt.
Right, exactly.
Which is very weird. But
I wonder if I can Google Body by Bert.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Let's see what comes up.
Be funnier if, when it said Body by Bert, then when you scroll down, it's like Bert from Sesame Street.
Right? I mean, that would be amazing.
It's his junk in a Speedo. No.
Yep, okay. Here we go.
Meet the Feebles? Ugh.
There you go, Body by Bert. They have the Liquid Death Speedo. And, I'm going to go to their website, see how much the VHS tape is. I love that it's an actual VHS tape.
Wow.
I think that's terrific.
It's so weird to me that anyone gives a shit about VHS.
I know, right? Oh, it's sold out. Jesus Christ. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Limited time. Supplies are extremely limited. VHS life-changing workout. I mean, it's pretty funny. I just can't believe that shit. I mean, okay, yeah, I can.
Yeah. Did it come with the Speedo?
I don't know. I'm going to zoom in on but they have the tape deck here. It says,
forgive the...
We've all wished for a body like Bert's, but until now it's always been out of reach. Now, for the first time ever, Bert is letting the world in on his secrets. Join him for 10 whole minutes of body sculpting action as he shows the exact routine he follows every day. Feel the Bert burn with exercises such as couch lounges, marg lifts, podcasting, breaking down boxes, and many, many more.
What's really funny is, if you listen to Bert, he runs a lot.
He does run a lot.
Like he, what he does, what do you call it? Treadmill running a lot. Because he's talked about it on I don't know how many podcasts where he'll be like, I kind of got away from it, but I ran like 5 or 10 miles today, and it's like, how the hell? Like, you don't look like you could run.
Well, what's insane to me is he'll be like, oh yeah, I get on the treadmill and I kill a bottle of wine. It's like, what?
Right. While he's on the treadmill,
what?
Yeah.
It says the hard work will kill you almost instantly without proper hydration. That's why liquid death is the only water Bert relies on to lock the high performance machine. I get it inside of him, and so can you. So come on, grab some liquid death, start building the Bert bot of your dreams today.
Well, I can't now because they sold out of the tape. Jeez.
I mean, I do think it's funny that they actually put out a VHS tape.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
That's top notch right there.
Right.
Fucking top notch, bros.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, I'll send you the By Bert link for the show notes there, Brian.
Hooray.
You too, if you want to zoom in, you too can see Bert's package.
Finally. Wait.
Hey, Brian, how's it going, man? It's like I just saw you like 3 or 4 days ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good times.
Oh, it's been a real long... His name's spelled Bert, right?
Yes,
or is it
sir.
Bur? Okay.
Unless he changed it to like Bercules or something.
He should change it to that.
He should.
That should be... I was just curious if there was... It's probably... they may not have shipped them out yet. I was curious if any of them had ended up on eBay yet.
Oh, yeah, I doubt they... Because I got the email today.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm sure everyone that...
It shipped out then.
Because if you sign up for their thing, you get like first grabs. But if everyone signs up...
Right, exactly.
Then everyone gets first grabs, right?
Yeah, then what you do is you get everyone to sign up for free, and then you go, well, if you want the super first grabs, you have to pay to be a VIP member or something.
Right, something silly like that.
Yeah. Or, after you spend like $300, you get upgraded to,
Well, fun fact, Liquid Death uploaded the workout video to YouTube as well.
Yeah, I figured they would.
So if you want to watch it, it's on there. Although it says preview, but it's like 9 minutes long.
Wow.
So what are you going to do? Miss that last 60 seconds of hardcore working out?
Well, you don't know. Maybe he sits on the couch for 9 minutes. His podcast can be like 3 hours long too. So
right. I mean, that's true. You know what I think's funny is I scroll down just a little bit, and there's some poor personal trainer and strength conditioning coach whose Instagram handle is By Bert.
Of course there is, right?
Yeah. Of course there is. Poor fella.
Oh man. Well, you never know. It might not be poor. It might.
I mean, that's true. It might help him out.
Yeah, he might get a lot of inadvertent hits. So, might help the guy out. I mean, right now's the time for him to really focus on his content. To tighten his game, because if he's doing anything,
strike while the iron's hot, right?
Yeah, like if his product that he's putting out there is anything decent, there's going to be some eyes on it.
Right.
So, because people may go to a site and go, oh, maybe that's Bert's trainer or something like that. It sure isn't.
I also have come to realize, Brian, that we're fools and we've never done a workout video.
Well, basically just take the one from the IT crowd of what's his name? Matthew Berry, when he said the let's take it to the max, where he's in the pink. Like that's pretty much what we would do.
Yes, exactly.
Just watch that GIF over and over and over and over.
Over and over and over.
Just sensual thrusting.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. That's pretty much all we would do. Maybe have a beer in our hand at the same time.
Well, obviously.
Got to stay hydrated.
Right. Yeah, it's like, get hydrated, Brian.
Yeah. So, man, I'll tell you, it's Tuesday and it's already been a week.
Let's take it to the max. There's the image everyone wanted to know.
Excellent. Yeah, if you don't know, first of all, if you haven't watched IT Crowd, for sure watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you only know Matthew Berry from What We Do in the Shadows, you're missing out on a lot of fantastic work.
Because he's terrific.
Yeah, he's pretty much great in everything I've seen him in. Yes. So, yeah. So
enough fun. Let's get to the hard knocks here,
dude. So, my mom had a doctor's appointment yesterday. They do, blood draw and all that kind of stuff, and we're like, okay, thinking it's gonna be a couple days before we hear anything. I go with my brother over to Target into GameStop, and while I'm in there, my phone rings, and it's my mom, and she's like, hey, my doctor says I need to go to the hospital now. And I'm like, And she's like, yeah, she thinks I have a really bad infection, and my sugar's like crazy high. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, well, I was over on Monroe Street, which for those who aren't local is what, 15 minutes from my house, basically.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I have a sister that lives like 5 minutes from here. And I was like, well, call Chris and see if she'll come over, and take you to the hospital, and I'll get there as soon as I can. And so we wrapped up what we were doing. I had to bring some stuff back here because I had gotten groceries and stuff. So, come back here, eat real quick because I hadn't eaten anything in a long time. So, and then head up to the hospital.
From nachos.
Oh, dude, we'll get to that. So I get up to the hospital and I was tired because I only slept like, I don't know, about 2.5, 3 hours the night before. So I was starting to drag ass because this is like 10 o'clock at night, and you can appreciate,
Yeah. I mean, give me about 30 minutes, I'll be feeling like that.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I was dragging ass, and I no more walking the door to the hospital. My sister texted me, and she's like, "Hey, mom says you don't have to come up here if you don't want to." I was like, "Damn it," because
all right, see, I'm out.
so tired. But so yeah, it turns out they said she doesn't have an infection. Her sugar was really high. They so basically, we were at first, we're like, okay, well now maybe we know what happened.
Yeah.
And we kind of got a direction to go here. And then, the doctor at the hospital is like, yeah, the levels are they're a little elevated. Like, we're going to put you on an antibiotic just in case to make sure it doesn't become an infection. But basically. And we're like, all right. Because at first they were talking about like maybe admitting her.
Oh, wow.
Because they were going to be pumping her full of antibiotics and IV and all that kind of. So they were just going to keep her for, and to get her sugar down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, so, they ended up sending her home. And, again, fortunately, my one brother's on vacation again this week. So thank goodness, because my sister Chris, her and her husband both have to get up at the ass crack of dawn for work. My sister Tammy had just put in like 10 hours. So she was up there for like, 2 or so hours, and she was dragging ass, So it was like, thank goodness Jim was around so that, somebody could take her home. And yeah, we get home and it's like, so we kind of don't know, like her sugar's still up. Like she's monitoring it with a glucose monitor gimmick now. And it's like, so yeah, I mean, we didn't leave the hospital until, fuck, what was it? It was after 1 or 2, I think,
when
we
God.
She got up there, I think, around 9.
That's brutal.
So yeah. Oh no, what was brutal was there was like a little kid in the room next to hers that he was apparently there was something wrong with his leg. We never did get the full story because you can't really just pop your head in and be
what
like,
the fuck's going on over here?
Keep it down. Yeah. But I felt so bad. He was like a 3-year-old kid and just screaming bloody murder. And he barely stopped for at least half an hour. And my brother's like, God, why don't they give him something to, help him with whatever? And I'm like, they don't. That's not what they do in the emergency rooms. You go in, they run a bunch of tests, then they treat you.
Yeah.
A lot of times, Like when I went in with kidney stones, it was a little while before they finally gave me something for them. I was laying there just, screaming my head off almost. I mean, that's probably the most vocal I've been about pain in my life,
I
because
just picture like one guy in emergency room looking at files and be like, let them suffer.
Yeah. But, man, I hope they help the kid. Eventually, he was gone. So I don't know. They either toss him in an incinerator or.
I mean, that is fire heals everything.
Yeah, just send him home. I'm not sure what happened. So, and you can't really ask because of HIPAA rules. They're not allowed to tell you anything about anybody. Or like, I guess I should rephrase. They're not supposed to tell you anything about anybody.
You just pull the curtain aside and, Ric Flair's over there and got him in a wicked figure 4.
Yeah. Like, oh, well, that makes sense. Shut the door.
Yeah, totally makes sense now.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo!
All right, I get it. So I got up earlier than I wanted to today because, she had a prescription to go get. So my brother took me over to get that and a couple things from the store, and I'm just 2 nights in a row with not enough sleep, and man, I'm feeling it. I'm hoping I can just crash tonight and get a good night's sleep.
What you're telling me, Brian, is we just need to have a no sleep till Brooklyn podcast. Although I slept like a baby yesterday, but
yeah, I'm feeling it, because I'm already. I can kind of feel my body like, hey, maybe go lay down,
Oh yeah, I totally get that.
I'm not gonna lie. I gave a real short thought about like maybe see if Tony can do this Wednesday. I'm like, nah, we might as well do it today because I don't know what tomorrow will be.
Yeah,
I don't know, So she goes back to the doctor Thursday. So I don't know, man. Like we're back to square one basically. No real answers. It's frustrating as hell.
In my room.
Oh, it's a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is. No.
What are you? I mean, to be fair, there's no shame in us doing a shorter show either.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine. It's just one of those things that.
Oh, I believe me. I've been in those shoes before, and you're like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the weird part. It's like I'm still like, I'm still functioning pretty well, but it's like my brain's just not like, my mom will ask me a question today and I'm kind of like, like takes another minute or two to
processing.
Yeah, basically it's like, oh man.
I want to say it was like, I don't think it was last week. It might have been a week before. I think I went a full week. Every day I just slept like shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like that whole week I just felt like a zombie.
Yeah.
It's like I was horrible.
Going to jokingly say I need to defrag my brain, but that's really what it is.
Yeah.
You really do need to defrag your brain because, get all that junk
crap
out. Yeah.
Get all that spyware out of there.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, also, it's like if I'm going to be the one who has to keep going into stores and stuff, it's like I got to keep my health the best I can, so I'm not weak and then maybe going around potential Rona or something or monkeypox,
Hell yeah.
So it's like I gotta, or just even the flu or a cold, especially right now while, my mom's weaker. I don't, for sure don't want her to, get sick on top of whatever's going on.
Well, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, ugh. So yeah. So that's been my day and a half. 2 days almost. Exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff right there.
Pretty nice.
I mean, me just back to work. That's all I've been doing.
Ooh, even more exciting.
Hot as balls, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
I only got a week, and I'm on vacation next week.
Nice.
So
nice.
That's a beautiful thing.
Right. It's funny. We hung out Saturday, and I was telling you, I was like, man, it's just kind of nice to, get my head away from what's going on here because, it's like, it sucks seeing somebody you care about like worrying because nobody seems to have answers right now,
right?
And it's frustrating and worrisome and maddening because it's like it's always tough when you're in a hospital or whatever because their job is to give each patient the same level, except for in emergency situations. It's like their job's to give every patient the same level of priority, but it's your loved one, so it's like, why aren't you doing more? It's like, because I have 17 other people here and I have to go to each of them, you're like, oh yeah, right. Sorry.
It's hard to put it in context like that.
Right. It's always going to be more important to you than it is to them. And that's not knocking their professionalism or anything. It's just the truth. You're going to, of course, I want my family member or whatever to get, dealt with first.
That's where the incinerators come in.
Yep, that's right.
Start hucking all these other people right down the chute.
I'm just gonna pull a John Q in there, but it was just funny though because it's like for all the like good of that hang was kind of right out the window.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I was coming off a nice long weekend too, and it's Tuesday. I'm already like, meh.
Yep.
Feel a little rough. Feet hurt. Back hurts.
I'm ready to go back on vacation.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. So, anyway, yeah. So, you have anything else you want to talk about Saturday?
No, I mean, we could talk about that. I mean, just real quick, because Saturday would be a thing. This is fresh in my mind because this happened today.
Okay, that's more what I was meaning is like, do you have anything from, to catch up on before we hit Saturday? Yeah.
Today, we did the classic after work meet at the gym and get in the pool situation.
Yeah.
Which on a hot day feels amazing.
All right.
We usually end the day, go to the hot tub because the pool is actually still kind of chilly.
Yeah.
Warm up a little bit, then we leave. We're not in the hot tub 5 minutes. This fucking old guy walks by from the outside. He's got headphones on, like big cans like these.
Yeah.
And they're wired, and it's just like connected to a laptop.
Okay,
so I don't know if he was like working out with his laptop. I don't know what was going on.
Right.
But a few minutes go by, and the same old guy comes back out of the locker area. But this time he's got no shirt on. He's got his swim trunks on.
Yeah.
And he gets right in the hot tub, right? Yeah. And it's only like Michelle and I are in there, and we're just talking. And, it's a hot tub. It's got all the jets. It's oval shaped.
Yeah.
The dude walks by us because we're on like the right side. And right in the center of the back is a jet. And just like crotch first, he's on.
Wow.
Like I see him walk by and I just assumed, because, your back hurts, you get up on one of those jets, it kind of massages you. So I assumed that's what he was doing. But then I saw like Michelle's eyes shoot over.
Right. So
I had to turn and look. And he's just like his back's facing us. And it looked like he was humping the damn thing.
Well, maybe he was.
The old hot tub humper, Brian.
Wow. That's an aggressive move on the Jimmy bag,
It was like what is happening here?
I mean, he put the hot in hot tub, right?
Yeah, boy, did he. It was a little weird.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I've seen some old people do some weird shit in that hot tub, but that was a new one.
Yeah. It's funny because it's like you won't, but it's like part of you almost wants the story there. Like, hey, what is this doing for you?
Like, my balls are sore.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay. Well, that I guess makes like I was just on the bike for an hour. I need to.
I mean, truth be told, he might have been like my inner thighs and just like hitting his. Sure didn't look like it though.
Right. Even still, I feel like you don't do that move at a public.
Yeah, especially with other people in there. Like if you're in there by yourself, whatever.
Yeah, it's your own soup. Yeah.
Yeah, like he could even like lean on the side and be like, "Oh, I'm looking at the pool," and have his like dick right there or whatever.
Right.
But there was nothing for him to look at except the wall where you hit the button to turn the hot tub on.
It's a very entrancing wall, I guess.
I don't know. It's fucking weird, dude.
Very sensual wall.
So sensual. I didn't like it.
Wow.
Dude weirded me out.
Was your buddy in the locker room?
Oh God, I was prepared, but no, it was someone else annoying.
Okay, well that's fine.
Like I went in there and it was all clear. I'm like, hell yeah. And then some guy walked in and immediately, which it's the year 2022. It is 2020. Yeah, 2022.
Sure, why not?
Who the fuck uses spray deodorant still?
I guess it depends on what you're talking. I mean, I use like a Gold Bond spray, but not like in my pits.
No, this guy was straight up pitting it.
Was it spray
so
deodorant?
Pitted.
It wasn't Axe, was it?
I have no idea, but it did stink up the whole room.
Yeah, of course.
He was just like I'm facing away from it. Just you can hear it. It's like, and then just what? The whole room smells like shit.
Also, how much do you need?
Apparently half a can or something.
Probably one of those guys that with a stick deodorant rubs it, like 19 times in his armpit. It's like,
14 coats on there.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
Yeah, and then he's just over there talking to himself, just muttering.
Yeah,
it's fucking. At least he wasn't talking to me, but it's still weird.
Probably getting high off that deodorant.
Yeah, maybe it was just a silver spray paint, like Mad Max. Shiny and chrome.
He just pretends that it's deodorant and it's just spray paint. That's probably what.
That's me. He goes running off.
Like, man, that Old Spice smells really like Krylon. Like, what's going on?
It's tangy.
Yeah. You want some? He turns his whole like his nose and upper mouth is all silver.
Yeah, like, nah, I'm good, Tin Man.
Good, buddy. Yeah.
Go on, scram.
Right.
God. No, it was, other than that, it was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's like the spray deodorant move is a really obnoxious move to pull in a public place.
Yeah.
Right? Stick deodorant, yeah, you might, you'll smell it, but it's usually not like thick and heavy in the air unless it's some weird like Drakkar Noir deodorant or something, But the spray stuff kind of hangs in the air more.
Oh, there's someone, I haven't figured out who yet. There's someone I work with that end of shift, they hit themselves with some body spray.
Oh boy.
And I could be like 40 feet away walking to like go, to our like locker area where we get out of our, PPE and shit.
Yeah.
And you can already smell it. It's like,
you're like, wow, I didn't know there was a 13-year-old working here.
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, we all smell like shit. Get used to it.
Yeah, their smell hits the room before they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke. Guy used to work there was like that. Like I could always, I'll be like I'd walk up to a desk or something, and be like, oh, what's his name was here? What? And how'd you know? I'm like, dude, I could smell him. You know?
They're like, what are you, Wolverine? Tracking him?
Yes. That's what it feels like though, because he just has like it's like Pigpen, but with a cloud of body spray.
Yeah. Oof.
What's the area of effect damage on something like that? I need my D&D nerds to chip in here.
Yeah, I was thinking of in Diablo. There's what are they called? Pox. They're pox something, and they're basically they're pants that give off like a noxious odor that deals damage around you. So, it kind of makes me laugh because it's just similar to like every once in a while your guy basically farts and it kills enemies around you.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I know it could be worse, because it could just be, awful BO that precedes them everywhere. But still, people like me with the old, allergies and sinus issues, not real appreciative of people with, heavy coats of body spray.
Yeah, the body spray can go screw. Go kick rocks.
That's right. You tell them.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Thanks, Watch. Just let me know. Charge me before you go to bed.
Oh, I will.
Silly thing. You think I wear you to bed? Piece of shit.
Oh, I was thinking like charge it like, like it's holding a little like red blanket or something. You charge it like you're a bull.
Hell yeah. That's what I do to everything else.
Yeah. Right. Explains a lot of dents in the wall.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. But no, I mean, it's it's been kind of whatever besides that. I had my long, nice 4-day weekend because I had a little appointment to take care of Thursday. And the way my work works, you can't just like leave and come back for an appointment. So instead of, having me gone for a couple hours, they'd rather me just be gone all day.
It's so weird because you don't work at a place where they like call in, oh, hey, don't worry about it. We'll call in so-and-so to cover your shift. Like there's backups, but it's not the same as like, literally calling in another worker. So it's weird to me that they don't go, come back in when you can.
Yeah, I know.
And jump back.
And then because weird. Also the way my work is on Fridays is technically our overtime day. So if you schedule your day off for Thursday, you don't have to work Friday.
Oh, that's funny.
Of course I did.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, it's...
I mean, aside from paycheck, I guess, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll miss that overtime, but at the same time, having 4 days not there is pretty sweet.
Yeah, right.
So it's weird, but whatever. And I've brought it up before to supervisors, and I'm like, I understand why they don't do it, because a lot of people be like, oh, my appointment took like 5 hours.
Right.
It's like, I get it. But at the same time, like I'm the guy that would come back right afterwards.
Yeah. Or even if they let you have half days.
Yeah.
So you come in, work half a day, and then hey, my appointment's blah blah blah, and you take off, and vice versa.
Yeah. See the way that would work is if you did that, you get pointed. And it's like, well, if you're gonna give me a full point, I'm just not gonna be here.
Right.
That's like
for sure.
Like if you're over a half hour late, it's a full point. I just won't come in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because you'd think there would be a way of like, well, if you don't come in, it's 2 points. If you come in late, it's 1 point. That way there's still an encouragement of some sort to get you to come in.
Well, but see, that'd be brutal because you hit 7 points and you're fired.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I guess that'd teach you not to come
so
in.
It's like it's just the point system sucks.
It's
very archaic. And I found out because my guy I work with right now used to work up in the front office. They don't have that up there. They can take appointments and leave and come back, and
that's pretty awesome.
Wow. So we're like second-class citizens out here. That's great.
What's really funny is, I don't know. I was gonna say your positions are harder to replace than theirs are, because they can always promote within to replace them. They can't do that with you. And they're not going to pull someone from the office. Generally, I know you did say it did happen, but generally places don't pull somebody down.
The guy they pulled out of the office, he worked on a floor for like 20 years, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like generally that's not what is done. Usually, there's only one way up the ladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Or on the ladder, not up the ladder.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty silly, but whatever.
Fair enough.
Why am I talking about my work? Let's move on.
I don't
even want to think about it.
All right, well, let's talk about Saturday.
Good times.
Yeah.
I woke up, had made a breakfast burrito. It was dope.
Nice. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's Saturday.
Actually, Saturday was an eventful day for me. Besides you and I hanging out, because we went to Ferndale that morning too, Michelle and I, to pick up her fanny pack extension. Hung out in a brewery for a little bit, had a flight, had some good food. A nice little, early afternoon in Detroit. Driving back, and then I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to pick up Brian right now. I got to get a hold of him.
Yeah. Well, that's why it was funny, because I was sitting there and I'm like, man, I haven't heard from Tony yet. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll throw a text at him. And right about that time is when you called me, and I was like, oh boy, he's calling me, and I'm expecting the, hey, something came up,
Yeah, well, I was driving. That's why I was like, oh shit, I got to call Brian. Yeah.
Right. That's why I just figured maybe it was I'm gonna give him a quick call and, hey, shenanigans or something. But
generally, if I need to get a hold of you and I'm driving, I'm just gonna call you. Yeah, because I'm not, because I hate doing the text to speech, because usually it's like, what you're picking up a llama, or it always changes to something real stupid. So.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can usually tell when someone's doing voice to text and send it to you, and it's like, oh yeah, I bet they're driving right now, because it sounds really broken. Yeah. Like you said, usually involves a llama. So. Yeah.
Yeah, Ferndale's a pretty cool area of outside of Detroit there. Very what's what I'm looking for. Diverse, maybe?
Okay.
Open? I don't know. Whatever. It's very artsy. There's all kinds of cool little shops and like all kinds of little places to eat and have drinks, and it's one of those spots where I could be like, I could live here. And it's far enough away from like Detroit proper.
No, you couldn't live there. They wouldn't have you.
Just because I have the white supremacy hairdo doesn't mean
we don't like your kind of
here. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
I don't know.
I feel like it's a pretty inclusive area.
Yeah, right. I've only been up there for I've been up there a few times, but as far as like actually spent any time there, it was only for festival.
It's pretty cool up there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's only that small blocked off area, so I'm really not experiencing anything other than
particular thing.
Was there.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I really miss festival, and I really wish they would do it again, but it is what it is.
I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, they just focus on their, higher end food and stuff now.
I get it.
So
higher end food's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I love me some food. Speaking of food,
is it?
Yeah, we had our nice little hangout. That was fun.
Yep.
I mean, cracked some beers, made some videos for the Patreon people. If you want to watch the whole process of making hot dog burn ends.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't got the editing any of that yet. I haven't had a chance.
Right.
It's one of those times where I really wish I had like an iPad, because editing video on my little phone,
right?
It's not even a little phone, but on that small screen, and it's 8 million degrees upstairs unless I turn on the bank of air conditioners up here for an hour beforehand.
Right, right. As you should.
I miss having a good laptop. I mean, I still have a laptop that barely functions. I don't think I could really edit videos on it anymore.
No, I don't. I think it basically, like when you, how it was years ago when you would go into a store and they wouldn't actually have the laptops on, but they would have the screen that looked like it was on, basically. I figure that's essentially your laptop.
Plastic decal I stick to the screen.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Every once in a while, you just move the decal around,
like they have in furniture stores.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. I really need to figure out something. What do you got? Right now, it's just like, it is what it is.
Right. You probably got some, in organs or something you could sell. Maybe. I don't know. You get $20 or $30 out of them.
I mean, I'm sure I can,
Maybe.
It's been a long time since I had my vasectomy. There's probably some, like, ancient DNA down there they can get to. If they can figure it out.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. I was listening to Jim Jeffries' podcast, and he was talking with a fertility expert, and, they were talking about vasectomies at one point in it, and she... and Jim was like, said something about reversing vasectomies, or Forrest did. And Jim's like, yeah, they actually really don't do that much anymore. He's like, what they do is if you don't freeze it ahead of time, they just take a long needle and jab it in there and pull
I want nothing to do with
sperm
that.
out. And I was like, oh, God. Yeah, and the fertility expert was like, yeah, that because it's way easier and less intrusive. And I'm like, it's so funny, the idea of a giant needle being crammed into your nuts, is less intrusive, but it's true because otherwise they'd have to
figure out where all the tubes are and reconnected.
Also, you could essentially okay, you've pulled the sperm out of there. I still have my vasectomy. The other way, it's like, oh, now I don't have this anymore. So if it does, heal to where it's functioning again, now I have to go back to being very careful.
I'm good. I prefer all my spermies being locked away in the negative zone, spinning through that pane of glass in space, aka my balls.
The image of that's pretty good, though. Like with like the hair of them from the Superman movie,
just
that'd be fantastic. Yep. In those Vegas, Siegfried and Roy costumes that they had.
Before Zod, motherfucker.
Boy. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need... If for some reason they absolutely had to pull sperm out of me, you better knock me out. And then put up a giant curtain. Build a wall. And we're going to make Mexico pay for it. Because I don't want to see anything.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, when they walk in with a 12-foot needle.
Like, Doctor comes in, is that the guy bringing the needle? Well, he's got the front half. What?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's just to numb you. Like, what? The bigger one comes after that.
Hard pass.
Yeah. Right. I'm with you on that. I was like, ooh. So that's for anyone listening, if you're thinking of getting a vasectomy, if you're a person who might want kids, you might want to freeze a little sperm ahead of time to not have to deal with that. But the process of them, getting the eggs out of the women sounds horrific also. So I was like, yeah, this just seems like a terrible idea. I think if you got to go through that, you just go, maybe we don't need kids.
You know what? It's pretty cool. Dogs. I like cats too.
Yeah. Let's just get them up. Yeah. Let's just get a couple Muppets or something. Yeah.
Let's get a chimp. Feed it wine. Put a diaper on it. Let tear the neighbor apart.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it'll only be good to a certain point, and then it'll be dangerous
as
hell.
Unless he can run a vacuum cleaner, then it's like, well, we'll take our chances.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah. Like, okay, here's the thing. There's a 40% chance he'll rip your face off, but a 60% chance
this
that
rug's going to
he'll
be
vacuum.
free of knickknacks.
Right. But
when he's
keep in mind,
vacuuming,
40%.
make sure you pick up your feet and don't look him in the eye. And for the love of God, don't smile with your teeth.
Right. Yeah. It's like, here, in fact, I wouldn't just wear a mask. Sure. Like, oh, good idea. So yeah, we ended up leaving Tony's to go find ourselves some vittles on Saturday night.
Dungry.
Because we were dungry, and ended up at a well, it's not new, but
yeah, I mean,
it's new to me for
it's
sure.
It's in like the Midwest-ish. I don't remember all the locations. What is that, like 6 or 7 locations in our area?
Yeah, most of them are high. Yeah, most of them are from like Cincinnati to Ann Arbor. Basically, it's pretty much the whole of Ohio, and then Ann Arbor. So yeah, it's Condado is the name of the place. Man, I was told to order the nachos. That's the power move, and boy was it. But housing the nachos was a real dumb move, but worth it. It also didn't help, like you said. It's like I just was pounding water afterwards because I was so thirsty.
I mean, probably a good call, because I think that last beer I have, well, I never once got like a beer buzz. The next morning I woke up and I was like, oh God, I shouldn't have had that last beer. I kind of feel a little like shit this morning.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought about it for a quick second, and I was like, well, I'll get a water, and if I still want a beer, I'll order a beer, and nah, that water tasted so good. I was like, I ended up drinking 3, good sized waters, like just back to back to back. And I was so full for so long.
I was cracking up when you were ordering your nachos, because you're like, the beef, and then the peppers, and then the cabbage, and then this, and then there's like a pause, and then this, and then another pause. It's like,
well, most of the pausing was I was making sure he could put it into the little system. That
I was just like, oh shit, these are gonna be the biggest nachos I've ever seen in my life.
I love, it's like burgers and nachos. I have a similar feeling on, which is like when you tell me a burger comes with all the fixins, I'm like, give me all of it, pretty much. And I'm kind of that way with nachos. If you give me a long list of things I can get on the nachos, I'm probably going to get a lot of those things.
Loaded up. I don't even want to see that tray it comes on.
Yeah, basically. Oh man, they were really good though.
There.
Yeah, for sure worth it. But also, like, yeah, I didn't eat again the next day until, oh man, I was like 5 o'clock, I think. I mean, obviously I was sleeping for some of that, but I got up and I was still like, man, I'm still kind of full.
I just want to let you know that there's probably going to be a time in the future I'm just going to text you Condado. You just have to tell me yes or no.
Yeah. Right. I'm for sure back in on that. Yeah.
There'll be no context at all.
It was right. And we also lucked out in that there really wasn't there was almost no one there when we got there. So that was, like we said, there was a lot going on downtown Saturday. So there might have been other, things drawing people from there, but whatever.
I think we walked in, there was a couple people at the bar and a couple people sitting out on the patio. Yeah. And then like the people at the bar left, and it was just us at the bar for a while. And then the Barbie twins or whatever next to me showed up. It actually looked like a mom and a daughter, but whatever. Yeah,
really
whatever.
Did. Yeah,
I've watched worse porn.
And 2 random guys. Yeah,
and then the fucking vampires showed up next to you.
Yeah, they shared a plate of nachos, which was cute.
Rookie ass
someday
move,
you can
though.
grow up and be me. No,
it
was the smart move, is what it was. The weird part with them was how one of them was using the spork and barely like getting chips, and the other one was just full on in there. And it's really, you can see kind of the different type of people they probably are. Like, one's not real big on things on their hands, and the other one's just like, who cares, Yeah, Yeah, like
I
I'm gonna
just know
just
if that
get in
dude would
there.
have ate all those
You
nachos
know?
by themselves, that cummerbund would have exploded. Because he was rocking a
Oh,
cummerbund.
for sure. It was. I don't know where they came from, whether it was a wedding or if it was, somewhere they work
I'm
and they got to
trying to
wear that or
remember
something.
now
I don't know, but
if the other guy was dressed up too. Okay. Because
they
I was
were. They
distracted
both,
by maroon suit cummerbund guy.
but they weren't in the same dress up, but they were in similar colors, which is why I'm thinking
Fair
maybe a
enough.
wedding or something like that. That's the color of the wedding, and they wore whatever. But yeah, I don't know. They for sure did that, and then I loved the bartender was like, do you need anything else? And they're like, oh, guys, no. Meanwhile, I'm still, I'm contemplating having him slot my trough one
Right.
more time, Oh man, I'll tell you, it's funny though. Is like when I first get up or first eat, I'm usually kind of ravenous, and but that's the first time I've really kind of felt like a pig after eating it all, because I was just like, because in my head I'm like, man, I remember what that looked like when that
Well, it's on your
tray
Instagram,
was
Brian.
much. If anyone wants to see the nachos, it is on my Instagram, which is at
good looking. That
Tsunami.
was a sexy plate nachos.
So
it made my 2 tacos order look like shit.
Yeah, it looked like Tony's over there eating all dainty like, and meanwhile I'm like, just bring me a shovel for this thing,
like a garden trowel.
Yeah, exactly. That would be hilarious. They go again and bring like a big spoon.
But you got to have it in like a pool cue case.
Like
so you flip it open and put it together.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, pull it out of like where you would keep your wallet in a suit jacket, basically. The inside pocket.
Screwing it.
Yep. Stand up, do a couple stretches,
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Get even more on the nachos this time.
That place is pretty great. If you're in our area and you're listening to this program, or wherever else they have them,
stay away. It's ours.
Because the first time I went, the lady who was working behind the bar, I was talking to her, and from what she told me, basically everything they make fresh every day. So, and I asked the bartender, because they are the best chips I've ever had. I'm like, do you guys make these? He's like, yep. Every morning, come in and cut up tortillas and fry them. Like, that explains why they're so fucking good.
Yeah. And like I was saying, it was amazing that, to go to a place now and get chips that actually hold up to the damn, toppings. So freaking tired of getting nachos at places and you barely put, you put like a little piece of cheese on it and it snaps in half. And you're like, come on. Like, can't you cut them tortillas a little thicker? Or not press them down as far or something.
Figure it out, people.
Yeah, like give me something to work with here.
The first degree we could get at Salty Language U is nacho engineering.
I'm a big fan of this. I mean, I know the reason a lot of places go thin on the nachos because cheap. Yeah.
That's why I would rather pay a little more and get a better quality nacho.
It's like, test your nachos. If they don't hold up, man, people will talk about that shit. Like, I don't want to order nachos and have to use a fork for the whole thing. Like I used the fork. I don't know if you watched me. I used this fork. I used it to guide things onto the nachos and then cram the nachos in my face.
Stick. We're on a hike.
Yeah, once in a while I used it to pick up like foodstuffs, but most of it was just as more of a scooping device for the chip.
I've done a few freaking Google Maps like restaurant reviews because I thought it would be fun. I think I thought it'd be hilarious. And my Condado one is by far the one with the biggest numbers. It's got like over 2,000 views now. People are loving it.
Wow, is that the one you put the dude in?
People love it. They tell me I'm the best Condado reviewer. Yeah, I don't know. The place is great, though. Of course, I did do that review like right after they opened, too. I'm sure that helps. Plus my smiling face on my profile. Yeah.
Sure.
Ding.
Makes sense. Even though you had taco fixins all over your face, but that's all right. Fixins, yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
I'm just trying to decide what was more
and
delicious.
also, I mean, for anyone,
the Condado or the hot dog burnettes.
well, I guess people have to watch the
you
video.
Mean they'd have to go to patreon.com/saltylanguage, and for less than a hot dog, cost of a hot dog, you can enjoy all the content there.
Careful, because they might be thinking of
That's true.
Costco hot
Good
dogs.
point. You know what? Real quick, can I talk about hot dogs real quick? Too bad. So today is July 19th, Tuesday. Tomorrow is apparently National Hot Dog Day. In case, you didn't know that. If you know, you know.
All right.
So, of course, I hate talking about my work again, but my work's doing a hot dog thing tomorrow. Right? Why wouldn't they?
Of course. Hot dog eating. Like you said, no chewing allowed.
Exactly. No chewing allowed. So, we're having a hot dog cookout, Brian. Which is kind of cool. Perfect. I like a hot dog. I don't like hot dogs on my first break at 10 in the morning.
Oh, stop being a wuss. A breakfast dog is the way to go. Tell them throw a fried egg on it and you'll be happy.
Can't we get them for lunch?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Why are they having them so early? Is it just because of the break?
The first shift is like their hot dogs are served from 9:30 to 10 is what they told us. And then for the office people, they get them at 11:30. And then second shift gets them at like 7 to 7:30.
Okay, again, that would be bad. So it's dinner time.
Us people in the morning, we get breakfast dogs.
Now, if they served you like a nice sausage dog, like I said, a little fried egg
like
on
one
top
of those
of it.
corn dogs that wrapped in a pancake or whatever, I might be more inclined. But it's gonna be some dirty water dog. And I'm telling you right now, they're gonna go like, "Oh, you want a hot dog?" And I'm gonna be like, "No, I don't. Maybe at lunch."
Wait, what if you just take it and put it in your pocket for later?
I'll store it in my separate tech undies. Nice and warm,
keep it nice
baby.
and warm.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by that whole thing. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that is really dumb. It reminds you of like when you're in like high school and stuff though too. You know how like they have like lunch hours from like 11 o'clock in the morning till like 3 basically. Because they have to.
Well, at least where we went to school, because there's so many kids. Yeah.
Right. So it was like, it sucked when you had that first lunch because you're like, there's still a lot of day left, or last lunch. I'm sorry, not the first day. The last lunch sucked because you had to wait all damn day. By the time it's there, it's like, I only have an hour to like go home. I'm just going to wait and eat.
Why would I do this right now?
Or how many times did you and I walk home from school and we just grab food on the way home? We'd stop at Taco Bell or get some, something like that.
Even faster, so shit our pants.
Fuck. I mean, you don't have to, but I guess you should.
No, because I do the intermittent fasting. I skip breakfast. Well, at least during the week. On the weekends, I'll eat breakfast. But it's like, so I'm not going to partake in National Hot Dog Day.
You don't want lips and snouts snouts and assholes for.
I don't even know what. They came from Gordon Foods. It doesn't say a name brand on them, so basically
it's hot dog. It's like hot dog.
HOTTDAWG.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know about this.
I'm good, boys.
Not with more assholes.
Lips and assholes for everybody. I'm all right. I'll stick to my coffee and put my earbuds in and ignore the world like I like to do.
When they did the steak
grilling and chilling,
what it was called again. Grilling and chilling. Thank you. When they did that, did they do that at 11 in the morning, or did they do that more? So why can't they're fucking hot dogs? Why can't they just go? There's a pack of hot dogs. Throw one on the grill yourself, or whatever. Or there's a pot, boil them yourself.
If I was the boss, I would have just had a hot dog truck show up. Yeah,
like Smash Dogs.
I'd be
or
like,
something.
all right, you guys got hot dogs.
Right.
Good. You don't have to worry about some idiot out there boiling water or whatever they're going to do tomorrow. I'll have a full report next week on this.
On a 90-degree day,
so there will be a full report
be a
about National Hot Dog Day and the disappointment it's going to be.
Yeah, because I'm going to have 2 questions for you because I need to know sides and fixins.
I doubt there'll be anything like that. Yeah,
I'm guessing ketchup and mustard.
Maybe relish.
Maybe
onions.
Right.
Maybe.
Like me, I would say I'm not really a relish guy. I prefer onions, but it'd shock me if they go onions. I'd be less surprised if it's relish because you can buy a jar of relish. Yeah, or a squeeze bottle of relish, whichever.
It's all from Gordon Foods, so it's going to be like a 5-gallon bucket of shit. Yeah.
Delicious. Yeah. What you do is after, partway through the day, just be like, hey, can I take the rest of that relish? But you got to say it real sensual, like, you know.
It's good for my toe of death. It might be.
I mean, it might be, you know.
Either that or it might open up a portal to the upside down. Yeah.
Either way.
It's true.
Good story out of it, right? Like, you know, I was just sitting around, relaxing, soaking my feet in relish, as you do. Yeah, right.
Next thing I know, I'm in a darker reflection of our own world covered in blood and decay. And relish.
And relish.
Yeah, it's the upside down, but it's all like pickle themed.
Right. Oh, dude. I'm just thinking how gross, like, the feeling of relish in between your tootsies.
It's going to be gross or arousing.
Right. You're like, this is actually
kind of I'm going to need a minute, y'all.
Yeah. Wow. Next day, there's, camera shows you at Gordon's just emptying them out of relish. Right. Gordon's is a nationwide thing, right? Okay. If not, there are places that sells like big volume like stuff for like restaurants and stuff. So it's not just a normal sized jar of mayonnaise. It's like a 5,
But you don't have to have a weird membership. You just go
bucket
get shit.
Right. They always ask you if you have a membership, points. But they don't.
Like Michelle, I don't know if she has a membership. She should get one because that's where she stocks up on Mexican Cokes and relish. Yeah. Yeah. Although I'll be real. For real. The last time I went with her to check out they had her cocaína. I was checking out their meat section. Pretty good prices on some of those cuts of like pork and stuff. I was like, damn, I might have to make some pulled pork at some point and get it from here.
Yeah. Jen told me for a while they had a really good price on brisket. When brisket was really starting to ramp up in price, they didn't, crush you on the price. I don't know what it is now, but this was probably 2 years ago. So like right when meat first started really going up. Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun little hang though. It's something we should definitely need to do more often.
Yeah. Now, I also have one other question about your hot dog day, which was, did they make a fanciful flyer?
It's not fanciful, but I should take a picture of it.
Okay, I was saying I understand it's not as fancy as grilling and chilling.
Fanciest flyer ever.
That's right. That's a holiday for sure. With mac salad. And
I should legitimately, because they didn't do grilling and chilling this year. I should legitimately look to see when that date is, and then just do grilling and chilling weekend every year from here on out.
Right. What you should do is like get a copy of that flyer and make them and just hang them up at
just
work.
Put my ad. No, there's a lot of people I work with. I don't want to know where I live.
No. I was meaning like the ones that the company makes, so that they're like, "Oh, sweet, it's coming back,
boys!" Like 20 people show up to work if I had lunch that day.
Oh man! Like where's the?
We got the
steak?
Chilling part going, but where's the grilling?
Yeah. Like what? No max? I don't see any mac salad. Does anybody? Like, what are you talking about? Like the flyer. Like what flyer?
Yeah,
because by then they're all down, of course.
Just shove them inside people's lockers like it's high school.
Right. Put them on the windshields of their cars.
Hired airplane, have them airdrop over the plant.
Oh, yeah, I like that plan. Like, finally.
Oh, yeah. Nice propaganda drop, just like WW2.
tape one up over the urinal.
Or in the urinal. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, either way. Both. Why not both? Yeah. The back of the stall door, so when you sit down,
Naturally.
you can, you got something to read,
Is there anything funnier than when someone just throws a quarter in the urinal? Because I think everybody, when they see that, thinks, like, can I get that?
Right. Well, I think I don't remember if we did it as a Q of the W, but I know I've heard that before. It was like, what's the amount of money that you would reach your hand into the urinal?
There's $100 bill in there. You better believe I'm grabbing that shit.
No. It's supposed to be more like how little is the amount of money. Like, would you do it for $5?
$20 probably.
All right, I don't.
Like soap and hot water.
$20 I probably would.
Takes away a lot of shame.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's the
like
that's the
I ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? As a man who's scrubbed bathrooms before, I ain't scared.
Right. Well, you've also changed diapers.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I figure once you see
I've had I think pretty much any fluid a human can produce has been on my hands at some point. I guess.
That's a good time. So, sure, various nurses out there that are like, "Yeah, I hear you."
Yeah.
You know it. Yeah.
Good times.
Yikes.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. Man. Jeez, I can't stop. I don't know what's happened, but like I don't know if you can hear it, but like my nose is completely plugged now. Like the whole front of my face is just, I don't know if there's something going on with the weather or what, but I'm stuffed up all of a sudden.
I don't know. I mean,
probably should stop.
I mean, it could be all the toxic gas canisters I've hooked to your residence.
I mean, that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I guess. Dude, so, with my mom not feeling real good, for Mother's Day, my siblings got her tomato plant, Brussels sprouts, green pepper plant, and a raspberry bush. And then she bought another tomato plant that we put outside. So 2 days ago, I pulled, I've been pulling about 5 to 8 tomatoes a day off this thing. Like, not real big, you've seen them. Sure. I gave you a few, So, and the taste has been pretty good on them. But none of them have gotten none of them are really what I would call like sandwich size. They could be, of course. You could slice one and put 2 or 3 pieces on there, but not going to fill a whole piece of bread with one, like a beefsteak tomatoes, big ass, So I go yesterday, my brother was here and my mom's like, "Hey, can you go check the tomato plants?" And I was like, "Why?" And she was like, she's like, "Would you just go do it?" And I was like, if you want to give Jimmy tomatoes, there's some on the counter. Just give him those. I'll check those later, because we had just gotten food and I wanted to eat.
Starving.
Well, then I forgot, and then all the other things I've already discussed have happened. So I didn't so much get out there. Dude, I went out there today. I shit you not.
Jesus
I pulled 30
Christ.
tomatoes off of that thing. And I knew there were quite a few getting close, because like yesterday or the day before, they were pretty orange, but they weren't quite really red yet. So I was like, well, I'll give them another day or so to really ripen. The other tomato plant, we haven't pulled one tomato off of yet. We got them within like 2 days of each other, and they were in the planted within like 2 days. The other one, I think, is growing bigger tomatoes, because the ones that are on it look like they're a little bit bigger. So I feel like maybe they're going to grow like big. Yeah, which is cool, because them's the, like after we're done here, I'm probably going to go have some BLTs, because I got a lot of tomatoes.
It sounds like you got to make some sauce.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing, because.
Do something. Get crazy, Brian.
That's right. Just going to make some gazpacho, Yeah, I'm not.
I think, what the pro move would be? To be like Stewart's Bloody Mary mix. Right?
Oh, I know, right? A little muscle piss, a little,
exactly.
Tomato,
Worcestershire, some celery salt. Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah, perfect. Yep, that's the catchphrase for it too. Bing, bang, boom.
God, I want a Bloody Mary so bad. Oh,
until I get sued by
Bloody Mary fixins for vacation.
Cocktail. Oh, I was thinking the ones in the cans.
Whatever. That'd probably be the move, because that's like single servings. Well, I mean, I've seen the actual mix in cans, but you're talking about pre-made cocktails, right?
Yeah. I'm talking pre-made cocktails, I believe, from there can be, right? That's what I was thinking. My feeling is would just, you know, I almost grabbed some when before I went over to your house. I was looking at it real strong, and I'm like, but my tummy was already kind of and well, I'm glad I didn't, because good God, can you imagine having that and then putting all the nachos on top of it? Delicious. But it would have been a horrible idea.
Or hilarious.
So.
Yeah.
Or hilarious, I guess. Yeah. But yeah.
Shit. I just had something in my brain and just fluttered off like a scared bird. That'll happen.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Oh, yeah, because we're talking about food. So, Brian, I made an addition to the website out of pure frustration and anger with the internet. You know? Right.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Is this because you couldn't find enough relish foot porn?
Exactly. That's exactly it. Only relish.com.
Yeah.
Only dills? I don't know.
Only dills?
Yeah, right. So I'll pull it up for our peoples. So I added a blog called the Recipe Genie.
Right.
Just like the Game Genie. And I kind of want to look at Game Genie or commercials and maybe remake them. Yeah, maybe remake like a commercial. I think that'd be funny.
Oh, man, that'd be fun.
But it's because I want to make beer can chicken, I think Friday, Sunday. I don't know what day it was. Doesn't matter. And the recipe I found was literally copied from Traeger's website, because it said Traeger pellet grill beer can chicken. That's why I clicked on it, because I was looking for a pellet grill one. And honestly, the only reason I was looking is for like the temperature.
Yeah, that's why when you said that, I was like, duh, that's why. Because I was gonna say, it's like, I know you've made beer can chicken in ovens, on grills, like you've kind of done
but it's been so long. I'm like, I don't remember what temperature I was cooked this at. Like, I know what temperature it needs to get to.
Yeah, 25 degrees for 75 hours.
But so, and the website was just like any other recipe blog you'll find. When it's got a backstory and 8,000 ads and videos that pop up. This is the first time I encountered one, though, that when you get to the recipe, the whole recipe was like redacted. And then like a pop-up was like, oh, you want to get the recipe? You got to sign up for our newsletter, which immediately I'm like, fuck you. I went to Traeger's actual website.
Right.
Weird. Found it.
Yeah.
And then yesterday... we wanted a little snacky dessertness, and we both like those no-bake cookies.
Oh, I thought you were going to have more beer can chicken.
That's you make beer can or mead can chicken. I don't know. Whatever. We want to make no-bake cookies. Same deal. Let me find a recipe.
Right.
The website was so cluttered with shit, I got angry. And then it hit me.
Right.
What if I presented recipes that I have problems with, like that, to our listeners with no ads, no pop-ups, just the ingredients and the fucking recipe?
I mean, I feel like you should put banners for our Patreon.
That'll be in the future. So I have the no-bake cookie recipe up, and the only images it has are the no-bake cookies. And I did add a little salty language ness to the recipe, because I mean, I'm not going to say I'm stealing these recipes, but I'm basically stealing these recipes. And I went through a whole litany of like things to call this, you know, because I was like, well, like liberated recipes. I'm like, in this current era of weirdness, I don't want to even use the word liberate on a website. You know, and I was like, well, what else can I call it? I'm like, it's like unlocking it. And that's when I thought, oh, like fucking Game Genie. And that's where this whole thing came from.
Right.
Yeah. Because I love the Game Genie.
Because you're right. You know, when you find those blogs, like I said, it's like, I appreciate that a lot of these people do put work into crafting recipes and all this stuff. And it's like, I get that they're trying to get people to look at these ads, but it's like, it's such a pain in the ass. It's like, especially the worst ones are like, like you said, it's like if you're just looking for a temperature, although I usually just Google like what temperature, and usually I can find it. But because I do that every time I make like Italian sausage in the, you put the color on it at the skillet and then put it in the oven. I always forget what temperature to put it in the oven at. I can never remember if it's like 325 or 375 or whatever. So I look it up real quick like every time.
I mean, I'll be honest. There's some recipe blogs out there I respect because I know they craft their own stuff. But if I'm looking for something like beer can chicken or no bake cookies that everyone makes, and I'm just looking for the ingredients and shit, and you're gonna make me scroll through 18 pages of crap to get to it, I'm lifting your shit.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm Robin Hood over here. So, check out saltylanguage.com and the recipe genie link at the top if, I'll probably be posting on there fairly regular because I do a lot of cooking and I usually pop on recipes all the time. Yeah.
Right. It's going to finally, we have a food blog.
Is a long time ago, I started a food blog and it got a little bit of traction. I remember that. And then like everything else, I just stopped because time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Also,
fuck
lazy
man. My pita bread recipe I had on there, people were loving it. Yeah.
Really?
What are you gonna do?
All right.
I should see if it's still active. Probably not. It's been so long. I'm sure it's been like derezzed or whatever they did the bad programs in Tron.
Yeah. It's part of the dark web now. It's like one of the biggest sites on the dark web. The pita recipe is, used
heroin.
for a code for something else. Yeah.
I just Googled it, what I used to call. It was called the Family Pantry. Yeah, and it's no longer
what it
exists.
was.
That's okay.
Ooh.
So right now it's all about the fucking recipe
Got
genie.
perched, huh?
Hack the planet.
Yeah. Well, it'll be nice too, because like if we talk about something we've made, like we talk about blah blah blah.
I mean, I should
this,
put
you
the
kinda...
hot dog burn end recipe on there.
Yeah, stuff like that, so that if somebody does want to make stuff, they can do it.
Yep, that's the plan, buddy. Plus, I like food.
Makes sense.
And I like talking shit, and there's a little bit of mixed in everything there. Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, I think the catchphrase for my no-bake cookies were, looks like shit, tastes like diabetes. It's very accurate.
That's pretty standard for no-bakes. Yeah, they usually do look like hot garbage, but they usually taste phenomenal. So I haven't had no-bakes in, I don't know, 70, 80 years.
My favorite cookies. The ones I made, they are, I don't know what my mom does different, but they're not the same. Maybe.
Cooking.
I should actually bring the recipe to her and be like, what do you do different?
Foot relish.
God damn it.
I knew it. Why does everything always come back to foot relish? Jeez.
Yikes is right.
Yikes. That's a good question, because I've noticed my siblings have done that with stuff with my mom too, where there's something that she makes and they can't quite replicate it. And it makes sense though, right? Because they have different cookware, a different oven. There's, there's all these little factors that yeah, right. There's just little differences that each little thing can just tweak it just a fuzz, and then it's enough that across the board you're like, well, it's close,
but it's not there.
Can't quite nail it. Yeah, we talked about that a while ago. I forgot what it was.
Meth.
You mentioned that your dad made was dumplings. Yeah,
meth. That was my grandma. My grandma.
Yeah, your meth. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Your dad's meth though.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. My grandma's chicken and dumplings I've never been able to replicate. It's just not the same.
Yeah. So, right. And it, like I said, if it's old recipes, there's a good chance that the difference ends up being like lard. Because, my grandma told me that when she made like greens, instead of putting like butter or something, and she's like, you put lard in there, because that's what they did. Or when she makes like green beans with bacon and whatever, she put a little lard in there to, you know, and then like, it cooked them all damn day basically to really render that down. And, and it's like, there's that. And I think cast iron for a lot of people is something that they, right. But a lot of people don't, a lot of people used to use that in ceramic stuff way more than what a lot of people use now. There's a lot more plastic or, glass or whatever.
Covered in space age polymers that are probably leaching into your bodies.
Delicious.
Just buy some cast iron.
Oh, I hope so. It. Right. Let that leach into your body.
Wait, what? Foot relish?
You better not let me catch anybody buying that damn, seasoning spray that they have.
Spray it right in your eyes in the running of the traffic. That's what I say.
Just cook bacon. Yeah, always just cook bacon. Just straight right out.
Bacon.
Delicious.
I made a brunch Sunday morning.
Pretty
too.
sure.
That was cool.
Some bacon.
Little fucking friend. Dude,
hot dog.
Here's a guy who gets me. I get up, roll out of bed feeling slightly like shit because of that last beer. And I'm like, all right.
Right. Perfect time for the bloody, dude.
I wish.
You were set. You just didn't have the
stuff, go to
right?
store, get orange juice, like oat milk, a loaf of cinnamon bread, because we were having French toast.
Yeah.
So a bag of potatoes.
Right. A little rum.
Did I say orange juice? Whatever. I don't get a whole lot of stuff is what I'm trying to get here. And Entenmann's Danish, because I'm a classy man. Which, by the way, that's like a childhood thing for me. My dad used to bring home Entenmann's Danishes. And they still hit.
Yeah. I think we talked about that one time. That was like something we thought was super fancy really when we were kids. And then you realize it's not at all fancy. But yeah,
like I've got the Entenmann donuts, for sure, one of those, like the powdered, the chocolate, and that weird crumble one.
Like cinnamon or crumble.
Those.
Yeah, okay.
As a kid, I thought those were the best shit ever. Danish still hits.
I know, right?
Moving on. But my groceries I bought specifically for brunch for my kids.
Yeah.
Like $43. Like,
nice.
What?
Well, the $20 gift card to relishonly.com,
I mean,
bump that price up a little bit. Or relish.com, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it blew my mind though, man.
Oh,
like, Jesus.
I know it's near impossible to just go
Nana's
and like,
Diner
this
or
is
whatever,
just
and eat like kings for that much.
Right. Yeah, but you wouldn't have this Danish.
Like I said, dude, Danish hits. That shit slaps, man.
Next time, buy the Danish, cut it into slabs, French toast that shit. Boom.
You only got to French toast the bottom of it. Because you can't wreck that beautiful Danish exterior.
Right.
No one crisscrosses frosting like Entenmann's. Those craftsmen. Not robots
not
at all.
Robots
it's like
at all.
Leonardo da Vinci works there, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Are you listening, Entenmann's? We want a sponsorship.
He's only alive to crisscross icing on or frosting on a Danish.
It's just a skeletonized hand channeling his spirit.
Yeah. It's like, can I go on break? No. The world craves Danish.
Like, man, how come we've got so much turnover in this plant? It's because the ghost of Da Vinci's eating people. They actually have to feed him life force. Yeah, we just need you. How many weeks you been working here? Oh, this is my third week. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need you to go into chamber 302. And take this clipboard with you, and they just never see him again.
They're pulling a move of, what was the name? My mom was watching some shitty old horror movie. What the hell was it? It was like a guy turns people into dolls or something like that, right? And he goes to hire a new assistant, and he's basically like, so you don't have any family or anyone who will check up on you kind of thing. It's like that's all they're hiring at the plant now.
Yeah, that's what on the application. Do you have family or immediate kin? Yes, I do. We're not hiring.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're a
Sorry, we're
lonely
all full
man
up
who
right
just
now.
moved to the area? Welcome aboard.
Yep. Oh, I haven't even told you about my qualifications. Don't worry about it. I can tell
Like,
you're an
I don't
upright
know
guy.
what's inside my hard hat, but it looks like dried blood and matted hair. Like, oh, that's not. I told you to hose that thing out.
Yeah. Da Vinci said he'd do it. He's
You
busy
see
with
the
the
fucking
Danish.
artistry in there?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'd love to have an Entenmann sponsorship.
I'm just picturing just the decrepit corpse of Da Vinci,
Just
crisscrossing
it while he's lazily munching on the newest employee.
Right. Right.
Good times.
Oh my.
Yeah, we should do Danish cat someday.
Yeah, right.
Like, all right, we got the cheese twist, we got the raspberry cheese, and we got the blueberry cheese. Let's do this.
Blueberry.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Entenmann's Danish cast. We'll stack them up and make a Danish sandwich.
Oh, whoa. That's pretty fancy. Also,
the Entenmann's hero.
We're both.
Right?
I like that. Yeah. Probably need a little something savory to get in there, though.
I mean,
like
we can slap some bacon in there.
Yeah. I mean, you need a palate cleanser,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, bacon's always such a great palate cleanser. Yeah. Well, just something to reset your mouth after all that sweetness.
But that's what I should do, Brian. Once I get my... Well, I actually talked to our buddy Steve. He's got my kegging gear. But once I get my kegging gear, I should make an Entenmann stout.
Ooh. All right. Are you going to crisscross, frosting on the glass when you drink it?
No, but it would be hilarious to have someone commission up a Da Vinci lich with a frosting bag.
That would be funny. I mean, I'm thinking, okay, so you pour the stout and you crisscross the icing on the beer. So it, I don't know how well it'll dissolve though. You need something that kind of maybe doesn't just sink to the bottom, so there's just a glob of sugar. But
maybe
whatever. Maybe you do.
Yeah, right. Entenmann's Danish stout. I'm in.
Right. I'm sure that won't get you sued at all.
What do they know? Hack the planet. I'll put the recipe on our website.
Oh, what they know. So Da Vinci showing up with a bat. I didn't really think you would show up. I figured you'd send some cronies.
Da Vinci himself.
Yep. Like, dude, get a picture. Da Vinci's breaking my knees.
It's fucking great. I'm dying. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's funny. We talk about, crisscross and frosting. And I have one story for us.
Bring it on, Brian. What do you got?
Which is that there's kind of a side effect. Now, I don't want to go into the whole politics thing, but there's a chance, they're saying from this article I found, that basically the Supreme Court, overturning the Roe v. Wade ruling might have killed cream pies in
Really?
Because there's chances of the ladies getting the preggers. Which, it says, they have things that, like the first thought would be like liabilities and such, but, a lot of times, of course, the actors sign agreements and whatnot. But, the real answer would be, a bunch of the porn stars, the male ones, could just go get vasectomies, and that would solve.
I mean, but do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to drop hot loads? Get that sweet vasectomy, boys.
Right. So it's like if you're gonna do that, So yeah, I just thought it was kind of a funny situation, as something that most of us probably would have never thought of.
Is this going to be the new what do they call it? Oh, taboo or whatever. Unfixed dude drops loads. Taboo.
He's he's showing a certificate at the beginning of it. It says 100% certified.
Not fixed guy.
Not vasectomied. Yep. Like, oh shit. This is dangerous.
God, this guy's crazy.
Yep. Oh man. Because obviously, a lot of the women are probably on birth control anyway if they're doing some of those scenes. But yeah. Apparently, Cream Pie consistently ranks among the top 10 Pornhub searches in the United States. People looking
for recipes when they could go to saltylanguage.com/recipe.
Oh boy, Tony's gonna put one up that just says baby batter.
I mean, that would be pretty funny, actually.
Right. Anyways, that was basically it. There's a whole thing with it, but I just thought it was kind of funny, the idea that, right, obviously they'll figure out ways around it, just like when, like, what was it, California or whatever, put the thing in place where they had to wear condoms, like there was no more raw dogging at one point or something, so
they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. They'll just record in other states or whatever.
Yeah, just like barely cross the border into Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Bang right at the border, so your peen is in the other state basically. Like like it's covered.
Meanwhile,
it's not
poor
in this
Jesus,
state, it's in the other state,
who opened up his bakery at a Tijuana cream pie shop, is going to get all kinds of traffic he didn't expect. He just wanted to make some pies, goddammit.
Yeah.
He's getting all kinds of weird shit emailed to him.
Lots of milk questions. Yeah.
Like,
what's going on here? This poor guy.
All I wanted to do was make pies.
I just wanted people to have my delicious pastries. And I know I'll never be Da Vinci, but, I just wanted to, make people smile.
With my cream pies.
Yep. Right. Warm their bellies with my
with
cream
my
concoctions. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
What can't you do?
Well, run a legitimate cream pie business anymore, apparently. It's right out.
Right out.
Right out. Yeah. So, yeah, that's... my favorite part of this is that the fact that for this to be an article, they have to, good writing is that if you're going to use a term, you have to explain what the term is.
Explain it in the article?
Yeah, it says, yes, thanks to the Supreme Court's archaic rollback of women's reproductive rights, these type of scenes, when a man finishes inside of a woman, just became some of the riskiest to perform. Either that or they'll just switch to using some fake stuff. Like for the normal money shots.
Danish cream.
Let's just start. Yeah, Da Vinci's stock is going way up right now. Shit, Entman's gonna have to back up the Brinks truck.
Emptying out the old piping bag, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm a dry.
Of course, Da Vinci sounds like Mario. Yes, me, Da Vinci.
Right. Yeah. It's terrible.
I'm here to raw dog you like we did in the Renaissance. Like, aren't you dead? Well, technically undead.
Not to all of me.
But thanks to Viagra, it still works,
yeah, there you go, right? Who?
Well, Viagra in the blood of virgins.
Well, he is constantly consuming the life force of unsuspecting workers. Yeah.
So much.
Till one plucky investigative reporter looked into it tonight on Channel 19 News.
And that's why he stole the Declaration of Independence.
Again. Yeah.
Again.
Yep. Nicolas Cage is like, that's where it went. Damn it, Da Vinci.
Damn it, Da Vinci.
Yep. So yeah, that's. I mean, I got some other stories, but I was going to save them for our Patreon stuff eventually. So.
I mean, I got nothing.
Excellent. Well, I guess let's do some Q of the W then. I guess. All
right.
Boy.
Let me whip it on over here, Brian.
Okay.
To Face Page, where last week we asked you, what brand name is actually 100% worth spending more for?
Yeah.
We got 3 answers here on Face Page.
Okay.
Kiki, she says Kraft mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that answer because I've bought some other mac and cheeses and it's just never the same.
You're right. Like that's one of those foods that I've yet to be able to buy a store brand that it can replace it.
Right.
The store brands are all gross that I've had.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So excellent work, Kiki.
All
right. Zach. I'm dying.
Jeez.
I know. He says King Arthur flour.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, as a man who's made bread before, they do make some fine-ass flour.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used their flour. We always get the, I forgot what it's called now. It's got like a ribbon-looking thing on it. It's like gold something.
I mean, fun fact, too. If you find Excalibur in your bag of flour, you become the king of Britain.
Really? I didn't know that. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like that have to be a pretty large bag of flour. Or a really tiny sword, one or the other. I know people were smaller back then. So it's just like, know what it is? It's a replica of Excalibur that's like butter knife size.
That would actually be pretty cool. Especially because if it's like a butter knife. Oh, dude. A cheese knife looks like Excalibur and you store it in a stone. So you pull it out. And
I like that idea. And
you can put it right in the middle of your charcuterie board. Fucking sick.
Right. Or right between some
or stab people in the face. Yes.
Yeah.
And then Mike, your nephew here, says Jeep.
See, it's interesting because I think Jeep falls into, like I was saying last week, I was like, some people might say Apple, and Jeep falls into the exact same thing, which is that, it's interesting because there's a lot of points you could probably make that you're not buying a better product.
Well, I mean, here's my views on it. Like, as a Jeep driver, I love my Jeep, but I hate it at the same time.
Right.
And
yeah, I think that's pretty much the way most people
He works for Jeep, and he's just started driving one, so he's got like, it's like exactly.
Honeymoon period.
It's like new chick energy of his car right now.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Jeep energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
What I'm saying there, show, if you're listening to this program, is I think you're simping for Jeep.
What?
It's all right,
probably
though.
A little bit.
As a Jeep driver, I respect it.
Yeah. But he's not wrong. A lot of people would agree with him on that.
Would.
I can't.
Right. So that's all I got on Face Page. But if I fast forward,
all right.
Gold medal flour was we got that answer in the YouTube comments.
Okay. That's the one that I've always been around. That's what my mom always bought. Yeah.
Yeah, we got nothing on Instagram. Yo, disappointments.
Oh.
We're angry. Just
we are. You wouldn't like us when we're angry. Totally unrelated, but it's not unrelated because it's Hulk relevant. But I saw a thing earlier today that said somebody was like, I think it was a thing on Twitter that if the Avengers really existed, like we'd hate them basically.
Probably, yeah.
And someone's response to it was basically like, I forgot what it was. It was a picture of somebody looking really kind of look. And their response was, yeah, picture watching, or this is you watching Hulk throw your car at a villain and missing. Just destroyed your car, and you're like,
that's pretty
dude,
good.
Really? like you wrecked my car and you didn't even get the guy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's
very
pretty accurate.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do. I really do think if superheroes existed, I think we would hate them. I really do. The internet would just tear them in half. Immediately.
As it should.
Right. Speaking of tearing things in half, Cheeto sent an answer in.
We love Cheeto.
And he said a brand worth paying for. He said the Weber 22-inch charcoal kettle grill. So sure, there are other brands that often run way cheaper, but this is a get what you pay for situation. Spend the extra, get the Weber, and enjoy grilling on it for years.
As a Weber 22-inch kettle grill enthusiast like I am, I agree 100%.
And he also, gave us kudos on the my catch-up call in your Yeti.
Nice. And Cheeto's in the chat right now, too. Yeah, hey, buddy.
Oh, wow. Hey, buddy. How sensual of him. Oh, Sue is, too. I didn't even see Sue was in there. Hey, Sue. Is she still there?
Cheeto's in the food biz. I wonder if he can get buckets of relish for us.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Let's fucking
let's not
do it.
Yeah. Relish cast.
We
here
just
comes.
Put our feet in relish and just podcast. We could probably make some sort of sexual website for that.
Nice hot day.
No, not my foot
probably. On a nice.
Oh, yeah,
no,
exactly.
No
now let's see that. Torture.
No one wants to see my feet. Right. Right. Man. Yeah, a nice hot day, nice cold bucket of relish to dip your feet in.
If I get a kiddie pool relish, now we're talking.
I just can't get past the concept of squishing your toes around in it. It's like, oh.
I have a feeling like that relish vinegar in the old pee hole is going to be a bad time.
Well, I don't think you have to go, that deep.
Totally nude.
I was just talking putting your feet in. I just
no, we're going all in.
Jesus, I didn't know you were going to
hell yeah,
wrestling.
Now we're talking.
Yikes! Oh, dude, can you imagine that's the next move? Instead of having Earl wrestling at the titty bars,
relish wrestling,
it's pickle relish wrestling. Ugh.
Just hot dog topping wrestling. Like one corner rings ketchup, one's mustard, one's relish, one's onions.
Like onions.
Well, okay, fine. Chili sauce.
Oh. That's a whole different terrifying minute. Ugh. Like, come into the ring. Chili.
Well, no, that's just what they have to wrestle in. They don't have to, I mean, they could maybe be sponsored by hot dog companies, like coming down to the ring, sponsored by Nathan's Hot Dog. It's Brittany. She's just got like the Nathan's green on or something,
Yeah, I mean, well, like body paint or bikini with the company logos. Well, you said totally.
Facing, sponsored by Kogels. She's serving the curve with that ass. It's Katie. Something like that.
Wow. Yeah. You said Katie or did you say Katie?
But whatever. Yeah, it could be what I mean.
Okay. Well, Cheeto said
she's fighting for Kogel, so I figured Kogel, Katie. It all makes sense to me.
Yes.
The most erotic billboard in the area. Serve the curve. Just a giant wiener on it. The fuck are they doing? I guess.
Sex sells, man. So Cheeto says a relish soap will cure your death toe. So from an expert.
He's probably got the cleanest toes we've ever seen.
Solved.
I've checked his OnlyFans. He does.
He's probably seen clean toes. I didn't know he had an OnlyFans. He's holding out. What a jerk. Jeez. All right. Well, I guess let's see what we got. 1 through 8.
How about lucky number 7?
No, I gotta dig up. Lucky number 7.
Anyway.
All right. This is one you got to really contemplate. You find yourself in a room with everything you've ever lost in your life. What do you look for first?
Like, I'm bad with stuff like this because when I lose things, I generally just kind of forget they exist.
Well, you and I both know where everything is anyways. It's behind the couch. So you know. Yeah.
Classic.
Right.
Oh, you know what? I know exactly what. Yes.
Your dignity.
No, I'll never find that again.
No.
Yeah.
You'll never find that. Yeah.
I used to have this this T-shirt that I bought. I only wore it once, and it had like a little cartoony like Satan in the bottom of it.
Okay.
I think I bought it at Hot Topic when I was angsty and like a teenager. But the little like cartoony devil, I thought was the coolest shit ever. And I wore it once and I never found it again. I'm convinced my mom threw it away.
You had a couple shirts, I think, that happened. Like your Megadeth shirt, I remember disappearing
I think my mom
like
was
that
just
too.
Like, he's infected by the devil. That's why she threw Relish on me every night.
Right. Well, and look, see what happened? Like, it was right.
I would love to have that shirt again. That, and actually, I have I wouldn't fit it anymore because, you know, your boys put on a couple LBs since you wore the shirt. But I used to have a bright orange, like, Holy Toledo shirt, and it was said, like, you know, WHO, Holy Toledo, like that. And I loved that shirt, and it just vanished. That'd be another one. Yeah, shit, like, my T-shirts vanished. It's weird.
Yeah, there's gonna be a spin-off of that show Without a Trace.
Just my wardrobe.
It's gonna be just your T-shirts. Yeah.
But I mean,
back in 1986, Tony.
If we're talking like objects, because obviously, like the obvious answer is like, oh well, my dad. You know, but that's like a different realm.
Yeah, I was thinking more like
that's what I was thinking too.
Stuff. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm with you. Yeah, I would pick your dad too. No, I'm kidding.
That's hilarious.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, I had some really cool shirts that I just have never seen again. Yeah, so I'd probably go that or my old, like, remember my old boombox I had with the CD player and the tape deck, and with fucking super boost bass.
Yeah, that's where actually I was gonna go. You remember the one I had that had like the detachable speakers and shit? And when we moved, we had it there because we were playing music while we were painting and cleaning the house and everything. And when I went back over, it was just gone, and no one knows what happened to it. Yeah, I know, right? But it's never turned up at anyone's house. Like, I've never seen it at anyone's house. But hey, that's mine, you know? Nothing. It's weird. Never turned up. Just poof. And at this point, I don't really care about having it as much as I just like to know the story. Like, did it take off and go out west and try to become an actor? You know, was it given hand jobs for sandwiches? Or, you know, like, what was going on out there? You know, like, nothing. No clue. It just walked out of the house, apparently. And everybody who was there is a family member of mine.
Should get them all together one day. I brought you all here for a reason. Right? Just put up a picture of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
one of you
knows what happened to this.
Yep.
And you say that, and I just like you hear the his mom clicking the deadbolt closed.
Right.
Nobody's leaving here until we know.
Yeah. Because other than something like that, I would go my Nintendo 64 because I lost it when our basement flooded and it was absolutely ruined. You know, but I didn't lose it as in misplace it. I lost it as in it was taken out of my life. Shit water. Yeah. So, but yeah, otherwise it'd be that boombox, mostly because I just want to know the end of that story.
I wanted it because I was genuinely looking for something like that when I first moved here for my garage. But they don't really make those anymore.
No, and the ones that are online,
you can find them online, but they're stupid expensive.
Yeah, people way overpaying for old shit like that now.
Yeah, so that, I mean, I have a nice speaker now, but it's honestly not what I wanted. I wanted like an old school boombox.
Yeah. Yeah, well, naturally, throw it up on your shoulder. You know, I carry the
84D batteries to keep it going.
Dude, you're not kidding. I think that one I had, if you didn't plug it in, I think it was like 6 or 8. I don't remember if it was C or D batteries, but either way, you know, it's like batteries were fucking expensive for that thing. So I plugged it in pretty much everywhere, you know, because I was like, I don't want to have to keep paying for new batteries.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying, boss?
We put it down in my driveway and just play, you know, Africa Bombada Planet Rock and just start doing a robot in my yard. Sick.
Exactly. Although right now, I don't think that would go real well. I'm pretty sure we'd try and hurt
we'd
ourselves.
We'd have the
like
proper
barely.
Pit Viper shades on, and we'll get it accomplished.
Yeah, you're probably right. So, all right. So there you go. This week's cue of the. So yeah, do it again. This week's question. You find yourself in a room with everything you've ever lost in your life. What do you look for first?
Show me what you got.
That would be a fun room to go through if that was a legitimate thing. Because you'd be like, holy shit, I forgot about this.
What would also be amazing is if, like, you picture like someone going into like in a sci-fi or not sci-fi, like a fantasy book or something, where they go in and they find like, Smoke's treasure room or whatever. And you're just basically like, you may take one thing with you. And it's just all the shit you've lost in your life. You're like, fuck. Like, but I want to take this and this
inside this one thing.
One thing means one thing, asshole.
Touch nothing but the lamp.
Right. You're like, look over there. I'm not falling for that one. Damn it. Tony, I need a distraction. You just start doing a soft shoe,
So get the bucket of relish from Cheeto in the kiddie pool. Let's do this.
Throw it in his eyes. Yeah, there you go.
But all right.
Oh,
I was good. You're right. But blind him with relish.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like in the song. She blinded me with relish.
Relish.
Ugh. I'm just now picturing like the concept of like, you're doing like the Uhura fan dance from Star Trek. You're doing some very sensual dance to distract him, right as you like peeling your knee highs off before you soak your feet.
Fans, I have like pickle sandwich slices arranged in fan pattern.
That's fantastic. Well, of course, right. How did you know I like pickles?
Oh yeah, I've checked out your MySpace.
Right. Everyone likes my pickle dance.
Some say it's a big deal.
Oh, boo!
Waka waka.
Boo! Your joke is bad, and you should feel bad. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, speaking of feeling bad, go check out saltylanguage.com. I'm on point with my segues tonight.
Oops, wrong one.
Check out all the past episodes. Check out the enthusiast episodes around there. You can find the link on there to the network we're part of.
You mean this one?
Tangentbound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows there. And if you have a show and are looking for a network, hit them up about that. Or if you'd like to start a show, they can, Mark used to help people with that. I think he still does. I don't know. But if you talk to Mark, tell him Tony wants to soak his feet.
My pickle veins.
A relish bucket for two. That's the name of their book.
Relish bucket for two.
Yep. It's like, that old song that was the bicycle built for two? It's that, but it's a relish bucket for two.
Sounds like a double-ended dildo, a tandem pickle.
Oh, what a treat to soak our feet in
I'm just picturing like Darth Maul and Duel of the Fates is playing, and he ignites his lightsaber and just the pickle comes out.
That is phallic for sure. Qui-Gon's like, whoa. No one said anything about this.
Fighting Sith Pickles, which actually not a bad name for a pickle company. Sith's Pickles.
I was gonna say it sounds like something from Rugrats because their last name was Pickles. Right. Yeah, Tommy Pickles. When he turns to the dark side, he's Sith Pickles, I guess.
That sounds like just a terrible gangster. Hey, fucking Tommy Pickles. All right.
Yeah. Like, why do they call him that? Hey, he brings pickles to everything.
It's crazy.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Legend says he throws hamburger slices on his victims.
That's his calling card. He just lays some
Yep.
koshers
And the
on him.
detective shows up and just bread and butter. It's got to be Tommy Pickles. Only Tommy Pickles leaves bread and butter at the crime scene.
I was thinking of like Spaceballs, when only one person was brave enough to use strawberry.
Lone Star. What exactly is in Relish? My feet. That's just diced up pickles, I believe. And my feet.
And your feet. So also, which is pretty much the same thing as diced up pickles. Oh my. I don't even know. I all I know is it's just like pickles.
I mean, I
don't
think
know
you can make
anything
different
else in
relishes
relish,
in general, but you know.
Yeah.
I relish the fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put a relish recipe on Recipe Genie on saltylanguage.com. Yeah.
Perfect. Finally. Everyone's been wanting your foot relish.
Everyone's asking for it.
You have to call it foot relish if you do. You have to call it foot relish. Yeah.
I will.
So, all right.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Anyways,
we
were talking about
Sue
what?
Says
Go
sugary
ahead.
pickles ? I've had sweet pickles before, as in like apple, like.
So have I.
Yeah, I think they were apple cinnamon pickles, but they were made out of cucumbers.
Oh, I haven't had anything like that.
And they were like,
okay.
We had free samples because out by my parents, where they used to have their cottage, there's a place called the Pickle Factory. You never guess what they did there, Brian. Foot rubs.
Strip club.
But it was like every pickle you could possibly imagine. And one of them there was these apple cinnamon pickles. I'm like, and they had free samples of everything.
That's
so I was like, I'm going to go in on this. I ended up buying a jar. They were fucking delicious. And it was very
really
strange,
weird.
but they were really good.
Those...
So I'm just saying, sweet pickles can be a thing.
Yeah. Well, as I was going to say is I've had sweet pickles, but it's more along the lines of like the bread and
Dessert
butter type
pickles.
sweet type pickle. Yeah, that's the difference there is I don't think I've had, a pickle that I would go, oh, this is dessert. That's very strange. It's going to
be my next adult film, Pickle 5 Ways. Like
whoa,
appetizer soup salad. You could probably do a whole fucking pickle stupid themed meal. It's
like
all
tapas,
pickles,
but it's all pickles.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Go into the Brazilian pickle
just
restaurant.
Come around platters of pickles.
Yeah. You just keep eating pickles until you turn the
paddle
over.
I'm all pickled out right now.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of pickle talk this episode. Jesus Christ.
It is. It really is.
Right.
Jesus. All right. Well, anyway, so we already did the Salty Language thing. If you want to check us out on social media, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and the Instagrams at
Stu on Instagram at the monotony or monotony, if you don't know what the fuck I'm saying. And Salty Language is, of course, on Facebook for some goddamn reason, because we still go there like the boomers we are. And we are also on TikTok, because we're hip and trendy. Follow us on TikTok.
Go follow us on TikTok. Help us out.
Check out our side gigs. Brian's got the Crazy Life podcast. I do my All the Beers on Twitch.
Yeah.
And patreon.com/saltylanguage, of course. If you want to watch us enjoy hot dog burn ends. And half a podcast we did in the car on the way to go get nachos, because we were dying on the way back. We totally forgot to record.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll put that up too, because it's
so
content. Content, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
It is. For less than the price of pickle rub, I guess.
Yeah.
And you'll fucking do
Could a pickle rub be a thing? Because you really couldn't. Yeah, I mean, there's pickle salt. Could you make a pickle rub? What would you put a pickle rub on, other than your feet? Yeah, we've already established that.
I wonder if pickle flavored chicken wings.
Okay,
I could see that.
I could see that.
So a pickle rub on a chicken wing, I think would be all right. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting move.
Like, I don't know if the sweetness of pork and that would work well together, you know, but I think chicken would be good. Yeah.
Right. And your feet. Right. Yeah. Like, hey, baby, before you go sucking my toes.
Exactly. Yeah, let's get some of this pickle rub on you.
All right. Well, with that.
Oh, shit.
Do you have a... Jeez, man, make some more noise. Right. Oh, Cheeto said hot pickle wings.
Hell
like
yeah.
Potato chips.
That's a solid move.
I think that's the move.
That's a solid
Good call,
move.
Cheeto.
Okay, yeah, we're ready. What were we saying, Brian? I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, I was saying, until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay pickle salty. And I think I just ripped the fortune in half. No, I didn't. Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure that cancels it right out if you did.
And of course,
I don't know.
You will come to realizations in your life that change you forever with your pickle out.
There you go. All right, we're done. I was so hoping you would do that.